Hello and welcome to my corner of the world and welcome to the next card in May's virtual class. This is the one we'll be making in this video, and this is the stamp set that I chose for this month. It's called First Sight. I particularly love this swirly leaf, but it's got lots of lovely words and some nice little elements that we can build into some very pretty cards. So this video, along with the recipes that you will have received as part of your kit, will assist you in making this card successfully. So in your kit then you'll have the following. You've got a card base. This is a Perfect Plum. And then you'll have a Very Vanilla, that's going to be the liner. 2 pieces of DSP, Designer Series paper. It is double-sided and we're going to be using these two. Then you're going to have a Perfect Plum piece cut with a decorative label. You're going to have 2 vanilla pieces, one to practice and one to use for your card. And then some little flowers, a strip of glimmer paper, and you should also have some rhinestones. And then this is a scrap of paper that we're going to be using to build the embellishment. So let's make a start first of all. So you're going to go ahead and fold your card along the score line, and then using snail we're going to attach them to the front of the card. And if you line them up like this, you should see that if you butt them together, they will give you a little border of card all the way around. So with some snail, oh, it looks like I've got a little stowaway there somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to line it up, and then with my other piece I'm going to make sure that I've got the same width of around my outside. I've got a tiny little gap there, but that's fine because we've got this strip to cover that. Now glimmer paper doesn't stick on very well or permanently with snail, so I'm going to put 3 glue dots, one at either end and one in the middle here. And I'm just folding them slightly so they don't stick out either side. Now I'm going to make sure that that piece is lined up at the top. I did cut it slightly long so that because it's easier to trim off than stretch out when we've got paper this long. So we're just going to line that up, and then just with your paper snips trim that piece off. Just another tiny piece there. There we go. Perfect. So set that piece aside. Now we're going to work on our front embellishment as well as our insert. So I'm going to start with the insert, and we're going to be using this. I'll just make sure that none of that black's going to come off. There we go. And for this card I'm going to be using Perfect Plum inside. How did I do that one? Okay, so I'm just going to give my corners like that. Lovely. And then I'm going to take these two vanilla pieces, and as I said, I gave you two, one to practice on and one to use. So I'm going to use the stamp that says I believe in love at first sight, and I'm using the Perfect Plum ink again, and I'm just going to try my best to line it up. Oh, well, that's not bad at all. I don't think I'm going to bother with the second one. That's a spare one. And then in this stamp set, there's some tiny little, there's a tiny little heart stamp. I'm just going to put this on a piece of paper so that I don't get it on my work surface like that. And then I'm going to just get the black, clean off this. I'm just using a damp piece of paper towel. I'll use my stamping scrub later. And just with the black, I'm just going to fill in a little bit of these little gappy bits. Well, now I'm using the Perfect Plum. Never mind. No one's going to be any the wiser. There we go. And then with my scrap of Perfect Plum, I'm going to get this stamp here again that's got the love on it. And this time I'm going to double check to make sure I am using black. And all I want really is the love part. So I'm just going to plonk it on there like that. Cover this up so I don't get my elbow in it. And then with my paper snips, I'm just going to gently trim around the love. Like that. And then with my Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm just going to take a small piece, cut one in half so it can go on the back here. Take off the back and then just line it up over there. Alright, and then I'm going to get this Perfect Plum piece, and we're going to line the pieces them up offset like this, and I'm just going to use a little snail for this. There, I think I like that. And then I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back, ready for when I'm going to pop it on my card. Like that. Okay, so I think we're ready to do the final assembly. So a little snail. Excuse me, I've been struggling with a cold. It's still just catching my throat there. So a little snail to put my insert in, and then my message, and then we're going to get the flowers, and I'm just going to pop them on this little piece of sponge. Where are you, my beauty? There you go. And I'm just going to, with the back of my piercing tool, I'm just going to cut them, then flip them, and then with my glue dots I'm just going to pop them on my card. Like this. There we go. And then with my rhinestones, I'm just going to pop those in the center of each flower and switch that round so I can get to him. Come on. There. Let's use the back end of my tool just to make sure it's firmly down. It's not going to pop off when it comes out the envelope. And there we have our next card. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this one. There are 3 others in the series, so look out for them. You can always join in with my virtual online class, and there'll be details at the end of the video to show you how you can do that. Thanks for now.